Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly Let's Try series. I am once again covering another game from the Love and Attraction Jam, semi-arbitrarily chosen. This time we're going to be doing Uninvited Feelings. When OBS decides to look at it, there it is. It's not transitioned well for me going from a browser to a full screen game. Dear Martin Seaver, you are hereby cordially invited to the wedding ceremony of Agatha and Jasmine on the 18th of May. We hope you will join us on this special day. So it seems we're conflicted over somebody else's wedding or something. There is that unease again. I have felt it many times before. Its ebbs and flows. It comes subtly when I awake, suddenly in the middle of the afternoon, and I predictably. I don't know why I'm falling apart immediately on this sentence. It comes suddenly when I awake, suddenly in the middle of the afternoon, and predictably as I go to sleep. Sometimes it comes with a storm of thoughts. Other times, sheer numbness. I have described it to my therapist as a growing hole on my chest. But here and now, as it overwhelms me, that is not quite right. More than emptiness, a pulsating sting pumps blood and anxiety through my body. Perhaps that is what they mean by one's heart sinking. It doesn't fall inside one's body, it descends this dark cavity. You're doing a double take real quick. Okay. It is just an emotional reaction. I was about looking at the seeing the background in my periphery while I was reading. I was like, this seems like a hospital bed. Like at first glance, the color scheme. I think there's the yeah, like obviously you see the desk, you see a lot of the details and everything. It's like, yeah, this is someone's bedroom, but it has like this like oddly like sterilized vibe to its color scheme. It has this the particular style of like very like large building style windows, big chunky frames, and the frame around the curtains at the top and so on, and then like that particular shade of blue all gives you like a hospital vibe before you like. I think it's partly because even the greens are like a scrub color in addition to the blue hospital bed color. There's like almost subliminal messaging going on with the with the particular color scheme of this room almost. It traverses the bed I'm lying in, to the first floor of the building, to the very center of the earth. And still it beats. It burns. As I stagger away from my rest, my heart remains in some far-off netherworld. A human face, distorted by a lack of glasses, stares back. We scrutinize each other, every detail. Will I ever love that haunting face? I wonder what a human face means in this setting. First of all, are we human or not? I pull myself away from my reflection. I'd better not get lost in such thoughts today. In fact, today cannot be about me at all. So I guess we're human. It's maybe a furry human coexistence setting, unless we're about to isekai into a wedding. Bath taken and sandwich eaten. No time for a full lunch. I analyzed the outfit I had separated for the occasion. I never wore this before. This dress shirt with these jeans. It's odd. It's not really in my style, but it does fit the dress code. Actually, thinking back, maybe I did wear these before. Curiosity moves my hands to my phone, and ignoring a certain notification, I go over my photos. There it is, 5 months ago, at Agatha's New Year party. I'm in the center of the picture, flanked by Bruno and... Ah, that's right. This is one of the last events we went to as a couple. We had such a good time. That's when Agatha got engaged too. I can still feel it now, the moment his arm wrapped around my shoulder. What once was happy, now just expands the hollow on my chest. I know it's all my fault. Nope. I tossed the phone towards my bed. I'm not doing this right now, I'm almost late. Not to mention it's like 2 hours to the wedding venue. Goodbye, phone. You're not coming with us, maybe. What is in that rear view mirror? Huh. Is something loaded in the back? I'm trying to make out what it is. It's like it's not visual. I know we're centered, but you almost expect it to be like a view of the... Even if the angle doesn't quite make sense, you almost expect it to be a view of the forest behind us. Hello? Earth to Martin. Huh? The fields outside the car window fade back in as I'm brought back to the cramped car. The cat in the passenger seat is in front of me snickers. Did you doze off? No, just zoned out. Aw, man, you're a total airhead. The capybara in the driver's seat jerks their head to him before remembering their duties. Don't be mean, Bruno. You're just jealous because you're so restless right now. Maybe. Why are you restless anyway? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm excited for our best friend's wedding? Huh. Never took you for a wedding type. I ain't. It's just... Man, Agatha always wanted this. I'm happy for her. Sue me. Weird that she didn't call any of us for... call on any of us to be the best man. Ha, no way. Paris has spared us, that's what. Did you want to go there 2 days earlier for hours of rehearsals? It was kind on her part. Yeah, I have to agree. I don't know if I'd want that either. All that attention, all those people looking at me. Yeah, I guess so. Besides, who would they even pair you up with? Some random groomsman or bridesmaid? Wait, which one would you even be? Fuck off. No, I'm serious. I think you'd look good in a dress. I see their angry face in the rearview mirror, but it soon gains a devious note. I'd look great in either. Sorry, the same can't be said about you. We laugh as Bruno slumps dramatically in his seat. That's low. This is the only size they had for rental. Anyway, it's a lesbian wedding, Bruno. They'd figure it out. The cat releases a comically loud sigh from his nostrils. Only a perk of his ears brings the cat away from the slump. What about you, Martin? What about me? If you were called, who would you invite to be your pair? This question tugs at my heart. No one, I guess? No one, you guess? What about, that guy you've been seeing? Huh? Don't bother hiding it, dear Martin. We saw you two on campus, and the cafe, and the movies. Yeah, we didn't mean to snoop, but I was gonna ask you about that. They throw a quick sneer at the cat. With a little more tact. Bruno looks away with childish exaggeration. So, who is he? The question brings a frown to the sides of my mouth, but I stop it. They already know more than I'd like, but there's still a chance I can clear the air. Oh, him? We were just assigned to work on a project together by a professor. And that was exactly how we first met. The trick here is to stick to half-truths, simple but plausible statements, just enough to get them off my back. Bruno raises his eyebrows, feigning surprise. Was going to the movie theater part of that project? That was his suggestion, said we were working too hard and needed a break. Oh yeah, just like that, huh? I don't buy it. Well, I think you shouldn't discard the idea, even if it was on a whim. You two looked happy together. I agree, you should totally go for him. Finally move on from... Alright, can we not, please? My outburst coats the car in silence and destroys my curated aloofness. Falling back in shame, I finally let myself frown. Sorry, but seriously, let's not talk about that. It's fine, Martin. The conversation moves on, but I find myself stuck on the very topic I tried to stop. It's hard to believe how much disquiet his memory evokes in me. Even the mention of his name has power over me. In the months since then, I have convinced myself, time and time again, that I have made some peace with that fact, only for that emptiness to take me every time. And then there's the other guy. The same way I cannot dodge their questions, I cannot deny what I feel for him. However, bouts like these only prove what I'd imagined. I can't be in another relationship yet. Not until I'm better. I could not take another breakup like that. We arrive about an hour before the start of the ceremony proper. As Paris planned, this makes the wait much more bearable at the cost of us getting to talk to the brides. After getting some appetizers, we find our way to our seats. This venue is huge. It is certainly bigger than I expected. Everything looks pretty standard, though. Yeah, extravagance doesn't seem like her speed. I turn to Bruno, who is awfully quiet since we've arrived. You okay, man? Ah, it's so beautiful. And here I thought you weren't the wedding type. Maybe I am. Wow, that's surprisingly mature of you. Ha ha, laugh all you want. He turns to the decorated aisle, then looks around the rest of the venue. I didn't expect to feel like this, you know? The effort that's gone into making every aspect look the way it does is obvious. And is this all to celebrate a bond between two people? I think it's supposed to be, and this is all to celebrate. It's like a manifestation of their affection. If you want to get poetic, yes. A relationship worthy of all this. I want that. I'm inclined to agree. I think I've always wanted a party like this too. Didn't think about it as much as Bruno though. And yet, a bond worthy of all this is... not for me. Ah. We'll never get to see you in a beautiful white dress. Or a tuxedo. Tuxedo dress. Dress-zito. Their arm moves over me and grips the cat a meek push. Their arm moves over me and gives the cat a meek push. Like, are you so short that you got they shoved the cat from over you? Asshat. But yeah, I'm not opposed to having a partner, but a ceremony just seems like too much to me. Fair, fair. Not to mention the cost. The cost. I can emphasize with that part too. Cost aside, come wedding day, all thoughts are concentrated on you and your partner. Looking around, there are over 50 people here, all of them thinking of Agatha and Jasmine. If I were in the center of this much attention, I would just shrivel up. The contradiction here is hardly lost on me. To want others to know how strong and genuine your love is, but not see yourself. It must be some kind of madness. But not to see yourself. Oh, not to see yourself, that's my bad. Then again, many have ascribed this kind of lunacy to love. Perhaps it comes with the whole package. But why am I thinking about this? That sort of bond is far beyond my reach. I might as well consider it a dream. Martin? Huh? Man, spacing out again? You are an airhead. Paris puts their hand on my shoulder. Hey, you good? Tell them wouldn't be too hard. Maybe they could even help me out. But no. These thoughts are too raw to verbalize right now. And, again, today shouldn't be about me. I shake my head and focus back on the present. Yeah, I'm fine. What'd you say? I said, how about you? Do you want to have a wedding or not? Seems I won't be able to escape these emotions that easily. I mean, Hello? Hello? Good afternoon, dear guests. The ceremony will begin shortly. Please take your seats and avoid blocking the aisle in the hallways. As the congregation shuffles themselves their seat, instrumental renditions of popular love songs start to fill the... It's justified. The text is justified, or whatever it's called. It's always justified, isn't it? Left justified, right justified, center just... It's spread. Damn, I'm forgetting what it's called. When it goes all the way from the left to the right like a newspaper, so that the margins are even. I was like, why does it look slightly weird when I'm reading this? I don't know if I'd want a wedding. Like, I want a partner, I'm pretty sure, but I'm like, don't want it, like, weddings terrify me to some extent. I don't think I'd want this level of, I think this level of, like, building something up and this level of, like, having expectations and this, like, need for a specific day to be magical and so on. Like, I don't even like birthdays. So weddings being so high effort and stressful and expensive and so on, that concept's like, it's like, ugh. Some faces in the crowd are vaguely familiar to me, from birthday parties and the like, but the majority of mammals here I've never seen before. Family, friends, co-workers, the manifestation of hundreds of connections, like Bruno was talking about. Would I want that, though? Maybe the tension would be overwhelming. Not to mention having to ask people to come all the way and spend hours hearing about how great my love is. How many people here are here on obligation, and how many wanted to come? May I have your attention, everyone? The ceremony is about to begin. All of us in the crowd all lead our gazes towards the end of the aisle. The procession starts and many more new faces reveal themselves. Elderly horses, Agatha's parents, a muscular deer I somehow clock as Jasmine's brother, 3 couples, and finally a middle-aged horse I know as Agatha's aunt. Missing among the menagerie, of course, the couple. That fact means... Agatha and Jasmine, dressed in pure white and arms locked, make their entrance. Everyone, me included, follows their advance with broad smiles. They're glowing. The horse covertly drying a tear and the deer snickering in her direction. They offer us small waves as they pass, and when Agatha notices our group, I see it on her face. She's happy, more than I've ever seen her. I get it now. All elements together, in their extravagance, are the manifestation of their love, a bond so powerful that can make them the center of the universe. They arrive at the altar, and the stoat begins to speak. Apparently he's been the officiant this whole time. Oh, I pressed the rewind button to stop the music. Wait, I can fix it. I don't think he's any sort of priest. If I remember right, they've done all the paperwork before and this is entirely ceremonial. There's little preamble. The stoat speaks of love and with quotes from books and movies and the often admitted hardships of marriage. All the while, the couple exchange glances and broad smiles. They move on to their vows, turning towards each other, and the horse takes a deep breath. From a slip of paper, Agatha speaks of when they first met, a moment I was there to witness. Her recounting of how they met is true to my memory. That day, she was kicked out of her home by her biological father and got fired from the internship of her dreams. She had left us cryptic messages and we were looking all over town for her. In the end, it was Jasmine, then a friend of a friend who found her. While she speaks of that time and how they helped each other, a whisper flees her muzzle before developing into a sob, but Jasmine is quick to take her wife by the chin. After a couple of private words, with many small nods and a teary smile, Agatha goes back to the vows. The speech ends with vows of years of loyalty and support, and the gathering erupts in applause. The deer speaks next, and unlike her partner, she goes off the top of her head. Though her words aren't nearly as calculated or elegant as Agatha's, they exude the same affection. To be understood so thoroughly must be nice. As the ceremony winds down, I can't help but look around once more. Everyone is as captivated as I was. Those two really are at the center of the world right now. In the crowd, a husky in an orchid dress shirt catches my eye. He looks great in that, almost familiar. My face reacts before I can make coherent thoughts. There's no doubt about it, that's him. He doesn't spare me a glance, so I don't think he's seen me. What's he doing here? So maybe less the direct conflicted feelings about weddings in general, and maybe the very direct feelings of having an ex at a wedding. No, calm down. This doesn't have to mean anything. I can stick to my plan and pretend he's not there. I take a sigh and turn my eyes back to the couple as they share their I do's. Calm down. It doesn't matter, right? God, I remember when my brother was getting married, it was essentially the first process and event, just occasion where my parents would have to be around each other for not only hours, but like essentially days for the first time since their divorce, like a decade earlier. It's like, that's just a lot of just holding your breath and be like, how are they going to handle this? How are they going to respond to being here for this thing? The crowd cheers for the kissing couple as a shower of red and white petals drapes the altar. I'm late to join them. My eyes keep returning to the dog in the flower-colored shirt. And I cannot deny the growing hollow in my chest. You always have to end up hoping just that everyone, like, is mature enough to just set aside everything for the couple and for their event. Because, yeah, like, any wedding, it's so many people who are interconnected with each other all being invited to one place. There's some spokes on that wheel, some like people that stand out and are like individual, like they know the couple but don't really know anyone else that they know or something. But a lot of the people, especially with family, a lot of people know each other and have history with each other, and like a lot of with any communities and groups of people that know each other, there's like schisms and fights and grudges and so on. And so there's just there's this question of how much it's a powder keg in that particular room, or if it's people who are going to get along well, and be able to process this correctly. My plan's not working out. Since we moved to the reception party, my gaze has strayed in his direction more than a couple of times. And the moments that I can't see him bring about worse anxiety. I'm not sure whether the fact we can't see each other from our tables is a blessing or a curse. Never in a million years did I expect this. He's never brought up Agatha or Jasmine, even though he knows the horse is my friend. Did he do this on purpose? No, I'm being ridiculous. It just never came up. Still, this is the worst of surprises. Martin! Huh? Seriously, man, how am I... now I am actually getting worried. Yeah, you're spacing out again. Readjusting myself on the chair, I try to take my mind off the husky. I'm fine, really. Yeah, right. Bruno. Oh, come on. Sorry, Paris, I can't let this shit pass. Dude, you've been in this nasty funk for, like, days now. It's pretty clear something's up. They said we should give you space or whatever. What good is that doing, huh? All attention turns to Paris, making them sigh. I mean, I still want to believe that, but, Bruno's right. Martin, you've been down for a while now. It's like you're not even here. Your mind's somewhere else. Is being here bothering you somehow? Clearing my throat, my mouth moves before I have the chance to think. No, it's not like that. Just thinking about life and stuff, you know how it is. With the thesis coming up and all, right? You get it. They don't hide their dissatisfaction at that mess of a reply. The two mammals trade looks, leaving me out of their conversation. In the end, Bruno looks away and sighs. Nah, man, this is different. Last time you were like this, it was after your breakup. That word shoves me back to 5 months ago. I didn't want to bring it up, man, but I promise I'm going somewhere with this. Back then we wanted to help, but didn't know what to do. But something did help. Remember what that was? I huff in a smirk because I remember it well. Yeah, you two convinced me to talk about it. And we'll do it again, you know why? Both of them trade grins before returning to me. Because we care about you, man. Soft blushing takes over my cheeks, forcing me to look away. I expect some sort of jab at that reaction, but it never comes. That said, we would prefer not resorting to that. We would? We would. So please, Martin, tell us what's up. Pathetic. I still don't want to talk about it. This whole situation is stupid and absolutely not their problem. And yet, I think back to that time 5 months ago. I cut classes, missed hangouts, and considered some heinous thoughts. That's not something I want to ever be again. Plus, Bruno is right. It was their help that got me out of that headspace. On the way here, you two asked me about this guy I've talked to a couple times. His name's William, and we did meet in class. Will's nice. He's all aloof, but he's actually a perceptive and thoughtful guy. The kind of person who can listen and understand, you know? Makes me wonder what he sees in me. Aw, that's cool. Bruno's face, on the other hand, makes it clear he wants to give me some sass. I appreciate that it never comes. It's nice, but things have been developing lately. That's bad now? No, but I keep thinking about last time, the way it ended. I don't want that for us, so I decided to cut ties with him. Bruno doesn't hide the disappointment on his face. So you've been avoiding him? Yeah. The cat won't look at either of us. I can't tell if he's done with this or thinking what to say. Alright, I'm glad you shared this with us, but is there a reason you've been feeling worse today? Is the wedding bringing some bad memories? Maybe, but that's not all. I take a moment to look around, making sure no one's close. He is here. That's a surprise. Once this story started, I figured that's what it was going to mean, is that this person's here, but I thought his ex was going to be here. Was the reveal, but guess not. They've kind of avoided all race species descriptions, I think, until mentioning the husky, so it was unclear which one they were going to turn out to be. Although I guess he's also an ex, differently. As everyone leans close, the capybara's expression changes into a mix of concern and confusion. This Will guy? Are you sure? I saw him. He's the husky wearing light purple. So inconspicuous. You can't see him from here. And that's it, I guess. I don't think he's seen me. Hasn't given me any clue to the contrary. We three share more looks. Though I can't even tell what I'm showing anymore. It's hard to deny the relief of getting this off my chest, but frankly, their prolonged non-response curbs that feeling. Paris has broken my eye contact, but they're clearly processing the situation. Makes sense. They've always been the best of us. Bruno, on the other hand, looks like he's about to burst. Bruno? He lets out a lot of air through his nostrils without taking his eyes off me. It's hard. I promised Paris would be normal and respectful about this. Oh, you need to promise that now? Yes. Look, Martin, Bruno wants the best for you, but you know how he is sometimes. Did I misread that? I thought it was I promised Paris would be normal. Did you say I promised Paris that I would be normal? Straightforward. Oblivious to the possible negative effects his words might have. They're right and all, but we're not stopping here. Not after all that. You know what? There's no need for that. Let's hear it. Martin? No, it's fine. You got me to talk. You're not gonna leave me hanging, right? Once more, they trade looks. The cat shrugs and the capybara's shoulders sink. Alright, big boy. First of all, what exactly makes you think this is gonna go south again? Damn, that is straightforward. But I'm in too deep to falter. The fact I'm still the same guy? That I know I'm gonna make the same mistakes again? Has that stopped you from enjoying moments with Will? No, but... then the problem exists entirely in your head, my guy. Yeah, okay, thanks, genius. What do you want me to do about it, huh? Huh? His icy stare pierces my defenses. I know what he's about to say. I want you to take this chance before you lose it forever. Those words burrow themselves into my chest, reopening that dreadful pit. My bravado fails me. I've thought those exact words before, but only now is their weight clear. Martin, he's right. I get how you feel and all, but this seems like an excellent chance to move on, right? Easy for them to say. You both think so? Yeah, man, of course. Do you even realize how hard it is to find someone you vibe with? You're lucky. You don't even know it. If he's right, it sure as hell doesn't feel like it. Yeah, fine. My lack of energy is obvious in my response. No one jumps in to break up the silence. Maybe I just can't do it after all. Hours later, their words still echo in my mind. Any idea to take action ends up swallowed by the hole in my chest. It's rare that I get the feeling in public, and now I'm hyper aware of my silence. Only the endless scroll of social media offers me any distraction, and at this point I've become numb to its effects. I guess the phone made its way here after all. The icon that has been haunting me for days, the notification of Will's message, catches my eye. I dread their contents, and still leave them there. Why? No, I know why. It's the pain. Yet another reminder of my mistakes, which now includes my inability to read them. This is just more proof, right? This reaction must mean that I'm not... Ooh, we quiet over here. Don't tell me y'all bored. I figured. My head rises with a smile because I know full well whose voice that is. Agatha, Jasmine. Hey y'all, how's the party? After we trade hugs and kisses, we pose for a photo. Aw, look at you, all dressed up. Never mind us. You two look absolutely gorgeous. Thanks, sugar. Hey, Agatha, Paris here was wondering why we didn't get picked to be best men. Bruno. Oh, that's easy. You wanna know how long rehearsal was? 3 gosh dang hours. Do you wanna do that? Huh? Huh? Told ya. Fuck off. We all share a hearty laughter. For a moment, the rest of the world doesn't exist to me. We simply enjoyed this. Now you, pretty boy, we gotta talk. Me? Before I can protest, she takes me by the arm. You two don't mind entertaining my wife for a bit, right? The emphasis Agatha puts on those 2 words makes them chuckle. Not at all. My brain is so broken from half my life ago at this point. You take the 2 words my wife with a big emphasis on them and my brain does not default to just like a normal emphasis. It's just fucking, it defaults to memes. And that's just inappropriate for the setting. It's a pleasure, really. Having no idea what she's about to say, I just let her pull me away from the table. I wonder who it'll be about. Okay, this should work. Oh, right. This is my cue. You look great. Both of you, that is. Hey, thanks. Don't tell anyone, but we pick dresses on the cheaper side, which works for how hot it... Wait, no, this is not what I called you here for. How are you, pretty boy? Her straightforwardness catches me off guard. I'm good. The party's going well. Liar. Agatha fiddles with her dress and brings out her phone from God knows where. A little birdie told me you're feeling down. How much did they tell her? Can't this wait? It's her fucking wedding day. Don't try it. They told me everything, boy. Time to fess up. Of course they did. At this point, maybe I should, but frankly... It's not fair to you, Agatha. You shouldn't be worrying about my shit, not today. Now I've done it. I've made my friend worry about my stupid tantrum on a day that shouldn't be about me. My heart is sinking into that hollow again, weighed down by guilt and shame. The sudden heat of her palms wrap around mine, tight, and I'm forced to look at her again. Never mind that. We know each other's darkest moments well by now, don't we? You didn't leave me alone back then, and I won't leave you now. Agatha, I don't know what to say. Also, from what I understand, the situation's a bit urgent. Oh man, you know that much? You betcha. Now come on, talk to me. I can't help but offer a smiling blush to her response, but reality deflates that reaction. Then, what else can I say? I can't do it, Agatha. Not here, not today. But why not? Because I'm still the same guy as back then. If I try this right now, it's going to end up like it did with Eric. I get this is a matter of self-worth or whatever, but that's why I want to be better first. I have to. I can't let it happen again. Heat rises to my cheeks as I realize what I have blurted out. I very much knew these words were inside me, but to put them out was a surprise. Not sure if it was a good one, however. Once I have the strength to face Agatha again, I find her smile intact. I see. Agatha, Nah, it's fine, sugar. And pardon the chuckle, it's just that this is a very you situation. Very me, for sure. Let me put it this way, then. Martin, do you think I love myself? Huh? I think so. Well, I'm not 100% sure. Agatha, this is not a huge surprise given her more depressive moments, but to hear her say it stings. And yet, here I am, getting married. Wanna know how? It's because I have someone who lets me know I am deserving of love. That, despite what I feel sometimes, Agatha is a good person. Her remarks are familiar, which I find both comforting and concerning. So it's a kind of dependency, then. Yeah, it is. We should all depend on each other, on others a little bit. And I'm not talking about marriage or even a partner here. Family, friends, acquaintances. If we all lean on each other, no one's gonna fall. Her words bring back memories. I think back to her eviction, my breakup, Paris's coming out, and so many other things. We all made sacrifices for one another and received in kind. I can't help but chuckle. This is no big revelation, but it's good to hear someone say it. Yeah, I think you might be right. And honestly, Martin, I don't actually know things are going to shake out between you and this guy. I cannot tell you it won't end the same way it did with Eric. He could be the love of your life, or a passing fling. What I can tell you is you'll never know unless you give it a chance. I take in her words one by one, and still find myself grinning at the end. Were you always this wise, ma'am? Heh, you know it, pretty boy. Clearing my throat, I can recompose myself. Thank you, Agatha. Nope, don't want to hear it. Let's just enjoy ourselves, huh? She takes me by the elbow once again, bringing us back to the party. Eager to go back to taking pictures with the guests? Lord, no. The party is finally winding down. Thanks to Agatha, the mood at the table cleared up, and talking became much easier. I doubt the fact I didn't go talk with Will went unnoticed, though. Maybe when I got up to explore, they thought that's what I'd be doing, but the truth is I needed a breather. Being away from the party, escaping my thoughts is impossible. Exactly what I wanted. Out here, I can clearly hear my craving to let the situation linger and stick to the plan. And yet, other voices also make themselves known. Bruno's, Paris's, Agatha's, even my own. They beg me to reconsider, to hope for the possible rather than dread what might come to pass. I don't remember having this much anxiety when I started dating Eric. We liked each other. He came to me, and I accepted it. He came up to me and I accepted it, and then, well, then I made countless mistakes. Maybe this nervousness is based on that knowledge. Experience has made me wiser to the pitfalls of having a partner. Or it's like they say, and I'm letting this one bad experience stop me from moving on. However, it's hard to deny none of this would happen if I did love myself. You have to love yourself before you can love others, says the adage. Only that's not true for everyone, is it? Certainly not for Agatha. How many people lived disliking themselves but gave and received love all the same? We should all depend on others a little, huh? Yeah, that's probably how we live with this loathing. To rely on others and be relied on in turn. The possibility, no, the certainty of hurting one another may exist when you're in a relationship, but the same is true for inaction and isolation. I will reach out to him some other day. Even with all this energy within me, even with my heart more set than it's ever been, the simple fact that today is not a good time. The simple fact is that today is not a good time for this conversation. If the conversation goes south, I won't be able to hide my reaction, which will only lead to more pain and worry for my friends. And if it goes well, our time will be cut short right after. Yes, this is the sensible option. I'll talk to those three, lean on them a little, ask for suggestions on how I can make amends. I breathe in relief and let out that determination. Oh. I breathe in relief and let out determination. Now I'd better get back. Oh, fancy meeting you here. Whoops! We're actually about out of time, so it's probably the perfect time to cut it to let people check out the full version and see how this resolves. But yeah, this has been Uninvited Feelings. You can check out the full version via the link in the description and find out exactly how this conversation with the self-inflicted ex goes. Thanks for watching like always, guys, and I'll see you next time.